I have a confession to make, which is that I am quite bad at remembering people's birthdays. It's nothing personal, I'm quite bad at remembering my own birthday. But since I got rid of Facebook some years ago, the chance of me managing to consistently remember people's birthdays has been basically zero. This even applies, unfortunately, to my own mother, who started keeping my birthday cards a number of years ago on the understanding that she was never quite sure when the next one was going to arrive. Despite this, I am very grateful to say that my mum is excellent at remembering birthdays, and especially mine. Now, she has an advantage in that the actual day of my birth probably sticks in her memory a lot more than it sticks in mine. But even though I'm pretty awful at sending her cards, I'm touched to say that every year I've received a card from her without fail. So apart from demonstrating that I'm not the world's greatest son, why am I telling you this? Well, it's because it's a tiny example of a much bigger gift that God gives us, and that is the gift of grace. In the book of the Bible in Ephesians, it says, "For it is by grace that we have been saved, through faith, and this is not from yourselves, it is the gift of God, not by works, so that no one can boast." Because that word grace, that describes God's love and desire to have a relationship with us, because he desires it, not because we earn it. It is a gift that is completely free because it is one that we are utterly unable to pay for ourselves. And if, like me, you've been a Christian for a while, this probably isn't a brand new concept to you. But it is very easy still for us to distort that grace ever so slightly, and rather to see it as a free gift that is given to us, that in fact it's some kind of eternal mortgage, some debt that God paid up front, but that we have to spend the rest of our lives paying back. And this completely isn't the case. Doing good things doesn't pay God back for loving us, any more than doing good things made him love us to begin with. Don't get me wrong, it is so incredible to hear these encouragements, people being called to serve, love one another, love their communities, helping those who are in need, especially at times like this. And those are absolutely things that the Christian life calls us to do with joy and with gladness. But it's also important that we remember that our worth and God's love for us doesn't hinge on those things. Whatever you've done, whatever you feel like you haven't been able to do, wherever you feel like you've shown love or care for others, or where you feel like you haven't been able to show that love or show that care, or you've just been able to just have the strength to look after yourself. Whatever the reasons, remember that God's love for you remains the same, just as true and just as constant. And that is the wonder of grace.